With the advancement of game engines, such as Unreal Engine 5, indie developers can achieve good 3D visuals more easily for their games, that not far from the AAA games. So today, we are going to see the top upcoming indie game that has good graphics. We have 15 games, and we start with Acts of Blood.
Nothing. No justice. No peace. Just names on a wall.
Set in a dystopian version of Banding, Acts of Blood is a third-person beat-em-up game where you play as Hindra, a law student turned vigilante after his family is brutally murdered. With the justice system corrupted and complicit, Hindra takes matters into his own hands, battling through waves of enemies using brutal hand-to-hand combat, melee weapons like bats and knives, and firearms. The game blends cinematic storytelling with intense action, featuring destructible environments, parkour mechanics, and outfit customization that lets players tailor Hindra's look for each mission. Combat is visceral with bone-crunching finishers, blood-soaked arenas, and realistic enemy reactions. Save Birmingham is a third-person survival game that thrusts players into a chilling reimagining of 14th century Birmingham, where the Black Death has mutated into a relentless zombie apocalypse. Forget swordplay and heroism, you're no knight, just a humble peasant scraping by with nothing but makeshift tools, ingenuity, and raw instinct. Survival hinges on physics-driven interaction and clever environmental manipulation. Stack furniture to barricade crumbling cottages, trip undead foes over stray buckets, or vault fences to escape bloodthirsty mobs. The sandbox world is steeped in realism, featuring dynamic hunger, thirst, injury, and panic systems that turn every skirmish into a brutal test of endurance. Runa is a turn-based RPG that blends classic JRPG mechanics with modern sensibilities, featuring a rich narrative, social link systems, and over 15 romanceable characters. Runa is a vibrant blend of anime-inspired character design and stylized 3D environments. The game's aesthetic draws comparisons to Persona and Xenoblade, with expressive character animations and a colorful palette. Players control a party of adepts, each attuned to elements like fire, water, wind, or electro, and engage in strategic battles using the elemental break system. Beyond combat, Runa offers base building in the city of Inith, mini-games like fishing and farming, and puzzle-solving with elemental skills across dungeons and cities.
Kalau saya apa?
Inspired by iconic horror gamma like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, Agni Village of Calamity delivers a cinematic survival horror experience designed to unsettling descent through grief and madness. The game uses fixed camera angles to heighten tension and deliver a deliberately claustrophobic experience. As Agni searches for her missing partner, she must navigate psychological trauma, solve puzzles, and survive encounters with grotesque entities that blur the line between reality and nightmare. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the game boasts hyper-realistic environments, dynamic lighting, and meticulously detailed character animations powered by motion capture.
Gue harus keluar dari sini.
Morbid Metal is a fast-paced third-person hack-and-slash roguelite where you shape-shift between up to 4 distinct characters mid-combat, each with their own stylish move sets, active abilities, and devastating special attacks. The game drops you into a post-apocalyptic simulation where you must eliminate rival constructs to prove your supremacy. Combat is fluid and combo-heavy, encouraging players to chain abilities across characters for maximum carnage. Expect high-contrast lighting, metallic environments, and biome diversity from overgrown ruins to desolate sci-fi wastelands. The character designs are sharp and anime-inspired, with exaggerated silhouettes and glowing accents that pop during combat. Follow the Light is a first-person narrative adventure set in the unforgiving northern latitudes, where you play as Will, a lighthouse keeper whose solitary life is shattered by a sudden radio message. His hometown has been struck by disaster, and his son is missing. The game blends realistic sailing and dog sledding mechanics with environmental storytelling and philosophical themes. Puzzles involving weather stations, navigation tools, and heavy machinery deepen the emotional journey. The game captures the stark beauty of the far north with breathtaking realism, windswept fjords, crumbling ruins, and snow-laced forest rendered in cinematic detail.
Father?
Who are you? Me?
Set 65 million years in the future, Glaciered is a surreal underwater action-adventure where Earth has succumbed to the Everwinter, a global ice age that has sealed the oceans beneath a thick glacial crust. You play as a Twi, a hyper-evolved species descended from birds and dinosaurs, tasked with defending this frozen paradise from mysterious threats. The game features real-time combat that blends melee, ranged attacks, and elemental abilities like heat and cold manipulation. The game emphasizes fluid movement, high-speed swimming, and strategic ability customization, all while exploring surreal biomes like sky-grown grasslands and glowing seafloors teeming with thermophilic life.
Watch out! This thing is the most dangerous foe we've...
Fragmented and doomed to repeat itself.
Created by a solo developer, AIKODE is an action RPG that takes you play as Aiko, a synthetic being known as a Kaio, who encounters a mysterious puppet that sets her on a path to confront her past and rewrite her fate. The game features colossal boss battles, a weapon that morphs between gun, sword, and scythe, and a branching narrative shaped by choices and relationships. Beyond combat, players can explore a richly detailed world, from neon-drenched cyberpunk cities to steampunk villages and a replica of Tokyo, while engaging in life sim elements like cooking, fishing, decorating, and building bonds with hundreds of NPCs across shifting timelines.
It is something we have both desired for a long time.
Set on the decaying island of Fort Oasis, Total Chaos is a first-person survival horror game that plunges players into a psychological nightmare. Originally a Doom 2 mod, the game has been fully reimagined into a standalone experience. You play as a lone survivor drawn to the island by a cryptic radio transmission, only to find yourself navigating a crumbling concrete jungle haunted by grotesque creatures and fractured memories. The game features dense fog, flickering lights, and oppressive architecture that evokes Silent Hill and Stalker. At first, the game planned to be released in this July, but it's got delayed to Q4 2025. Being the game closest to release on this list, Eriksholm: The Stolen Dream will take you adventuring to a fictional Scandinavian city during the early 1900s. You play as a young girl searching for her missing brother amidst a backdrop of political unrest and growing authoritarian control. The game focuses heavily on stealth and exploration rather than combat. The game blends stealth mechanics with strategic puzzle solving, allowing players to switch between 3 distinct characters, each with unique abilities like crawling through vents, climbing pipes, or swimming. Built in Unreal Engine 5, it features richly detailed environments, foggy alleyways, ornate rooftops, and dimly lit interiors, capturing the elegance and grit of its historical inspirations. Windstorm: The Legend of Khiimori is a third-person open-world adventure set in 13th-century Mongolia, where you play as a Yam courier rider navigating vast, untamed landscapes. Players breed and train horses with specialized traits, plan delivery routes across deserts, snowy peaks, and steppes, and engage in survival mechanics like resource gathering and strategic navigation. The game features lifelike equine behavior refined by experts, dynamic weather systems, and richly textured biomes. From windswept cliffs to sun-drenched valleys, the game captures Mongolia's rugged beauty with dynamic weather, lifelike lighting, and cinematic camera modes. Alkahest is a first-person action-adventure RPG set in the grim medieval kingdom of Khadnir. The game blends brutal melee combat with highly interactive environments, like kick enemies off cliffs, drop trees on their heads, or set traps using ropes and relics. Instead of magic, it features a deep alchemy system where you brew potions with unpredictable effects, drink them, throw them, or sneak them into someone's pocket. Exploration is semi-open world, with realistic castles, villages, and forests packed with secrets, branching quests, and morally gray decisions. Alkahest leans into grounded realism with a gritty atmospheric style reminiscent of Kingdom Come Deliverance and Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. Vigilancer 2099 is a third-person open-world cyberpunk action RPG where you play as a bounty hunter trapped inside a locked-down meg building. After taking down a high-profile target, you discover a bounty has been placed on your own head, and your only options are to pay off your debt or get collected. The game features procedurally generated bounty missions, allowing for endless replayability without game over screens. You'll explore vertical environments packed with humans, robots, and aliens, using a mix of stealth, combat, and negotiation to survive. Vigilancer 2099 is built and flaunts a neon-soaked, dystopian aesthetic reminiscent of Blade Runner. Light No Fire is an ambitious open-world survival RPG from Hello Games, the creators of No Man's Sky. Set on a fantasy planet the size of Earth, the game invites players to explore, build, and survive together in a richly varied sandbox. You can tame and ride dragons, sail across vast oceans, climb towering mountains, and uncover ancient ruins thick with lore. The gameplay blends role-playing depth with survival mechanics, crafting, base building, and community creation. The game features photorealistic landscapes, dynamic weather, and immersive lighting that bring its biomes to life, from sun-drenched valleys to misty forests and glowing caverns. Let's hope the dev can bring what they promise in day one this time. Unrecord is a single-player first-person shooter that places you in the shoes of a tactical police officer, viewed entirely through the lens of a body camera. Set in the region of Maslow, the game blends investigative storytelling with intense hyper-realistic gunplay. You'll navigate morally complex cases, interrogate suspects, and make split-second decisions that shape the narrative. The aiming system is freeform and immersive, no crosshairs, just your hands, your weapon, and your instincts. It uses advanced rendering techniques to simulate body cam footage so convincingly that early trailers sparked debates over whether it was real-life video or video game. So that is the video. Which game that interesting you? Or you have game that not include in this list? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.